Hi all, it's the 29th of September 2022, and in this video we're going to look at the landfalls on Cuba and on Florida of Major Hurricane Ian. We'll look at some interesting satellite imagery and discuss some of the impacts. After forming and intensifying over the Caribbean Sea, Hurricane Ian became a major hurricane at Category 3 intensity by the time it made landfall on southwestern Cuba. The eye crossed right across the island at major hurricane intensity. A peak wind gust of 129 miles per hour, 208 kilometers an hour, was observed in San Juan y Martinez. These are EF2 tornado gusts. The entire province of Pinar del Rio lost power. That province has a population of 850,000, and then in the early morning of 28th of September, the storm knocked out power to the entirety of Cuba after a failure of a critical power station, which left 11 million without power for a time. After Ian emerged off the northern coast of western Cuba, the Landsat satellite passed over the eye of the storm and caught this imagery. This is in a previous video on this channel, and I thought this was going to be the only Landsat or high-resolution satellite imagery we would get, but I was wrong. There's another one to come. With the storm now over the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, looming between Cuba and southwest Florida was a patch of very warm water that was to provide a lot of the fuel for the storm on its journey across the waters. Even as the storm approached, tornadic thunderstorms developed in its outer bands, producing several tornado touchdowns in South Florida, with one severely damaging 15 aircraft and several hangars at North Perry Airport in Broward County. During the night of 27th, 28th of September, Ian approached Florida at Category 3 intensity, intensifying with an eye wall full of lightning. In the morning, the hurricane hunters went into the storm and had an extremely bumpy ride. I heard they were hit by a strong updraft that shoved the plane up 700 feet higher, and then a downdraft slammed them back down, followed by another updraft. After completing an eye wall cycle, Ian quickly strengthened, reaching Category 4 intensity at 9 UTC on September 28th. At 10:30 UTC on September 28th, Ian strengthened further to 155 miles per hour. That's 250 kilometers an hour when just off the coast of Florida. This was just 2 miles per hour off the boundary between Category 4 and Category 5 intensity. The storm surge was projected to be between 6 and 18 feet, that's 1.8 to 5.5 meters at Longboat Key and Chocolosky. The storm surge was preceded by a storm draining, revealing large mud bags. This was when the winds were blowing offshore, and was followed by the storm surge as the storm moved north and the winds piled onshore. Ian made landfall on Cayo Costa with estimated winds of 150 miles per hour, 1 minute sustained. As of the time of recording this, more than 2.7 million people in Florida are without power. We're still learning about the scale of the damage from this storm. Joe Biden has announced just recently that reports indicate a substantial loss of life. So we wish everyone the best of luck in the recovery from the storm, particularly those on the west coast of Florida that have been so severely affected. And we're going to have to wrap this up. We'll have more in future videos. See you in the next one.